because of the randomized dungeon layouts. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So the start location is randomized. And here we're first going to check vanilla level 1, because a wooden sword has to be in an open cave. And where we'd like help from chat. So that is a blue ring shop right close to start. And a bomb shop. And those are very cheap bombs. Hello, Mookie. How is? So yes, the wooden sword has to be in an open cave. So we're going to be hunting for that before anything else. Which means that we're going to prioritize the open caves. Bombs are only 9 rupees in this seed, which is really, really useful. Bombs are incredibly, incredibly useful in the randomizer because they're necessary to break into dungeons. This is an astonishingly good walk to the waterfall. Those were very, very easy screens, and we just got very lucky there. So we're going to be marking off every location that we check in the overworld. We need to find all 9 dungeons, because we need all pieces of the Triforce in order to get to level 9. And we're going to see if we can get a good spawn here. Shit. So right there we were trying to take damage from for iframes from one of the weaker monsters. So we would have the iframes for the Dark Nut, which would kill us in one hit because it does 2 hearts damage. So the Dark Nuts are in the overworld, which means that they will not be in the underworld. That death is not great, but it's also not terrible. The other option for getting a weapon would be the candle. So we're gonna try a screen scroll here. We're gonna see if we can pull it off. We align ourselves on the half tile, and then it would do a 1-frame tap. Like so. When we successfully did the screen scroll, only we messed it up. Only we messed it up and soft locked. So, these randomizers are absolutely, absolutely wonderful and so much fun. We are using an old set of seeds because we have not really learned the newer sets of seeds. In particular, we haven't actually learned the second quest. We haven't actually learned the second quest rooms. Because we haven't been too motivated to play things. Because we haven't really had that many people to play Z1 randos with. The people that we used to play through either didn't really have an interest in learning second quest seeds. Oh no, that was a hit from the Dark Nut. Okay, so by arrows, we're scribbling on a piece of paper. We're gonna mark 75 as meat. There's about a 10% chance, or maybe less, we'd estimate that we'll actually need the meat, but we'd much rather have that marked than be trying to hunt down a meat at the end game. So the medium secret has an average of 30, so that is an above average medium secret, which is very nice, especially since we know where the blue ring shop is. The blue ring will reduce damage by 50%, which is very, very nice. So we just marked off level 7 on the map, and we're gonna need somebody to scream at us if we mismark a level, because that is the single thing which could slow us down the most. That was a pirouette. You go out of the dungeon back in, and then the door right there will be open. And that is our first piece of Triforce, right there on the ground. The other thing that we did was we went into level 7 with half a heart, and we up-aid to heal back to 3 hearts. It turns out that dungeons in this game, when you're low on hearts, are also double as hospitals. Okay, so we're gonna try one more thing. We're gonna we're gonna exit from the left here, and then go back into the dungeon. And this might give us a chance of opening. This could give us a chance of opening a wall on the right, if there is a path. And there is not, so we're done with level 7. So next we're gonna head down to the bottom left of the screen. This is where you get the. We believe that somewhere around here is where you get the hint to the Lost Woods in vanilla. Unfortunately, we don't have bombs or a candle, so we're not gonna be able to. We're just gonna be able to check the open cave. And we ran straight into the blue darknet again. Let's see if we can make it to the open cave. And we did make it to the open cave. So we're gonna head out to the west of the lake, and we're gonna stop by the fairy fountain for a heal. Above us is vanilla level 7, which you need the recorder to get into, or whistle as we like to call it, because I reuse the same graphic and sound from in Mario 3 for the whistle, and it's not a recorder. It could be many instruments, but it's definitely not a recorder. The rocks in this game are much tinier than in Link to the Past. So the Armos statues, one of the Armos places on the overworld will have an item. Ah. So now we know that that is not the Armos item. We're trying to figure out where we want to go next. And we think we're gonna check the top right. So there is an Armos to the east of the Lost Hills, as well as a few open caves in the top right in general. And so that's a location where we could definitely get the sword. Or whatever the Armos item is. The Armos item in Power of Pride recently, they found a white sword very, very early, and the white sword does double damage of the wooden sword. So that made the siege significantly easier. If you approach an Armos from the top and just hold down, that is the easiest way to guarantee that you can get there without getting hit. In one case in vanilla, it's a bit slower. This is a potion shop. We need the letter in order to be able to actually shop there. Darknuts are normally in the underworld, but in this seed they're in the overworld. We have not seen any Wizrobes, which means that Wizrobes are probably going to be in the underworld, which means that we'll definitely have to deal with them. But not having to deal with Darknuts in the underworld is a huge benefit. If we manage to get to 250 rupees, we are just going to dive straight towards Blue Rain. A lot of players who are really good at the game. Yes, this is the wooden sword. This is super, super important. So we're gonna kill the blue one. We're gonna try and make our first kill be the blue one. Because of that. The first enemy you kill, if it's in the bomb dropping group, has a 30-something% chance to drop bombs. And the second kill will never drop bombs, the third kill will never drop bombs, and we believe that the fourth kill will, but we're not certain about that. It's a really, really interesting system. So there's a locked door behind us, which means that we know that there's nothing in that room. And we're key blocked there, so there's no reason to splash the likes for a long time. Goma creeps at the red ring. We are scribbling a note on that on our piece of paper. We believe that Goma is level 6 in vanilla. Let's see, 7 is Aquamentus. So 7 is Aqua Mantis. Seven is Aqua Mantis, 8 is Guyok, 5 is Digdogger, so yeah, it has to be 6. So the red ring is an item which will decrease damage by 75%. So that's absolutely something super, super high priority. We're not going to try and fight that Guyok, that's just honestly beyond our skill level. So that's just something that we're going to decide we're just going to opt out of. So now that we know that 6 has the red ring, we're going to dive straight towards 6. And that is... if we find 6, we're going to dive it completely. Because that is a massive, massive improvement. Okay, so we're going to take a candle here. That's super important for unlocking caves. On the map, you can see a bunch of green dots, and those are burn bushes. So we're gonna go back up here to the cave. This is gonna be tricky because there were dark nuts here. We know that we can do it, but it could be difficult. We just need to play this super carefully and not get hit. Played that super, super carefully. And got us. That's a pretty big small secret. In vanilla, there are only 10, so that's definitely an above average small secret. So knowing where the red ring is, rupees are much less important because we probably won't need to buy a blue ring. So we're much, much, much less concerned about money than we were before we got the hint about where the red ring is. We still have not found a large secret. We have not found out what the Armos item is. We're gonna go wander the area in the forest around level vanilla 2 and see if there's anything that comes out. So we're reloading these screens just for safety, because the Armos can move very fast and does a full heart of damage. That's another potion shop. So the blue Octoroks are in the bomb dropping group, which makes them super, super important. Okay, now what was that? Was that the power bracelet? Oh no! Oh no! We actually did not want that item. That is a downgrade for the wand. If we had a recent save, we might even reset so we don't have to keep that. So what that does is every time you use the wand, it will. Every time you use a wand, it will leave some fire behind, which can damage you, which is not good. It's possible that we should have dove 8, but okay, so you can pirouette here. That'll get rid of the key door to the north of the first room. We don't think we can get rid of the left one. And there's our first key of the seed. Gibdos have a ton of health. Need to be very careful not to accidentally use the key there. In runs of vanilla, you can absolutely accidentally use a key where you're not supposed to and destroy your run that way. And that's our second piece of Triforce. 2 out of 8 down. And we know where the red ring is. And theoretically, we still need the bow and silver arrows. Those are required items. Combat-wise, we're actually completely comfortable with just the red ring. So this could be the item right here. And and we're much less interested in the pieces of heart are much less important. So that's a ladder. The hearts, there's also a heart which is a floor item on the ground in every dungeon, and those are much less important to us now because we have So we're coming back here because we want to try our luck at the SRROCs. And now we're gonna go back into the dungeon just so we can heal. We're trying the blue SRROCs just because we want more bombs. So knowing where the red ring is, instead of having to buy bomb upgrade, instead of having to buy the blue ring, we can just spend our money on bomb upgrades, which is going to be really nice. In vanilla, bomb upgrades are +4. In Randomizer, they are between +4 and What is the world record? We have absolutely no idea. We don't think that world records for randomizers are ever really tracked. And we are absolutely not going for it. We're going for a nice and safe completion. Zelda 1 is definitely a side game for us. Oh, that was a very small big secret. That might be about as small as it can get. Oh, we have a ladder. That means that we can get. So there's an item. There's a step over the water to Yeah, there's an item at the ladder, one north of this screen. Yeah, so we're not using the Confluence seeds, we're using a 2017 Swiss. We'd love to learn the newer seeds, but we just haven't really had anybody to play with, and so haven't been particularly motivated. So that is a power bracelet. So X marks the spot, and we also have to be... We have to be careful not to waste any bombs, because we don't have any spares here. Not only did we not have any spares, we didn't even have enough. So this is the level 3 sword. We will need between, in vanilla you need 12 hearts for this. In this randomizer you'll need between 10 and 14. So we're almost full on money. We're gonna go clear out the forest. There are a ton of burn bushes here. Those arrows might not strictly be necessary later, but since we already know which dungeon the red ring is in, we don't really want to spend the money on a blue ring. So we think it's worthwhile to just buy the arrows. Those arrows may or may not be required, but doing that right there will mean that we don't have to. One less thing to think about in the future. The red darknets are in the bomb dropping group, so we definitely wanted to kill that one, especially after the clock. Just to ensure that just to try to get more bombs. And we would definitely recommend this randomizer to anybody. The randomizer is completely accessible. If you want to just play for fun with the beginner seeds, you can set it to all the enemies to 0 HP. So it is very accessible. Ooh. Okay. That is a very, very trolly any road location right next to each other. So the any roads are basically 4 teleports between 4 locations in the map. So we got 1 set of bombs out of that, which isn't terrible. And as long as we have these bombs, we'd like to start exploring Death Mountain. Hopefully this is an easy screen. So that's actually really, really unfortunate. That spot right, there's a spot right there, and that's going to be incredibly, incredibly difficult to get to now. Because there's so many blue dark nuts in such a narrow area. And we're just not going to declare it not possible to get to, or not worthwhile to get to right now. This is a letter. With this we can buy potions, which is another way we can spend all the money that we have. There's a couple blue Octoroks here. We want to kill these for to try and get some bombs. Unfortunately, didn't get any, but it happens. It's probably about a 10% chance of getting a drop from each one, so it's not overly surprising that we didn't get any. Hopefully this screen is nice so we can easily screen scroll afterwards. It is. That's good. And this is also with vanilla monster HP. Oh wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's really, really, really good. So what we have to do here is align ourselves in the half tile and do a 1-frame tap perpendicular. And that will give us the screen wrap that we're trying to get. And that's... Oh! Did we just... We totally weren't paying attention and ran into something. There's a bunch of spots near start that we can check. Which we absolutely should. No way! Yes, 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 yes! This is the most important level, and it's right at start. This holds the red ring. The hint that we got about Goma lurks for the red ring, that is this dungeon right here. The red ring will reduce our damage by 75%. Oh yeah, this is a lot of fun to play with a friend. Like, if you just like, the 0 HP monsters makes this super accessible, super casually. You don't have to have played Zelda at all before to get into it. The map tells you exactly where the spots are. And then oh no. Oh no. Those witch robes are incredibly, incredibly dangerous. So that's just stare down. That could hold the red ring right there. So we want to get, that is the spot that we want to get to. It's not guaranteed to hold the red ring, but it's a very high probability at this point. A friend is somebody to play Zelda 1 randomizers with. You can either race with them, or you can play together cooperatively. Unfortunately, this is not it. A stare down can either be a transport to somewhere else on the map, or it can be it can either be a transport to somewhere else on the map, or it can be to an item. And we were obviously hoping for an item. Uh... This... So, that block right there, this is a room where you can have a push block. Oh, yes, 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 we got a clock! So this wizard takes a ton of hits to kill, and we weren't sure that we were going to do it. We were trying to hit it with bombs, but we weren't having any luck. Oh, unfortunately, this is not a push box, so that is not actually where the red ring is. Now, normally we wouldn't be pushing this hard to try and get pushing this hard to finish any room, which could be possibly hold the item. But the red ring is just that good. Nope, not this one either. Oh, we completely didn't connect your Twitch name. We completely didn't connect your Twitch name to Varen. Unfortunately, we just locked ourselves out. So what happened there? There were more wall masters that we had to kill. Yeah, we didn't connect your name to Varen. We didn't realize that was you. There were more wall masters in the wall that we had to kill. There were more wall masters that we had to kill, but we took the clock, which meant that we didn't have a chance. So. No, that's not happening. That is completely not happening. For reference, the four-headed Gleeok like that is something where when the runners were doing low percent at GDQ, which is basically the same equipment that we have right now, only we have one extra heart container is the only difference. The people at the runners at some of the runners in the race at GDQ died, and they are way better at the game than we are. That's a heart container, which is always nice. We're trying to figure out how to get back to where we were, and we think that just going across this way is a play. Oh no, maybe we should just follow the transport again. Switch your name just because you thought it was better? That's completely valid. Names are super, super, super important. Killing the blue wizard hard. Running just past it, not too hard. Okay, so yeah, this is where we soft blocked last time. Oh, that just leads straight back to So that just leads back to where the Gleeok was, so there's nothing there. We have not found the piece of Triforce in this dungeon yet, and we have not found the dungeon item. Wait, we just marked that as level 8. This is level 6. Okay, so... We're used to everybody calling Mookie Mook. We've never heard of anybody calling Mookie Dit. Okay, so we're gonna burn it. Oh, we have tons of keys. We're gonna burn a key. We're gonna burn as many keys as we need to. Rupee boss here, and we got the compass for that. So that'll tell us where the piece of Triforce is. Okay, so unfortunately unfortunately the red ring might be bow blocked, which would be super, super unfortunate. So bomb upgrade is only +2. The range is +2 to +8. So. That is a very unlucky bomb upgrade. But we have plenty of money, so we may as well go for it. we're gonna look at the map and we're gonna try and force our way up there at any cost, really. Interesting. Names are always really interesting. So we want the red ring badly enough that we're gonna fully bomb the perimeter of this dungeon, even if it means using all of our bombs for an unlikely bomb hole. Just because normally we would not be digging the dungeon this hard, but the red ring is just so important. And if it is bow block, that's going to be really unfortunate, because we just spent a lot of our money banking on getting the red ring early. So let's see, we're up here. The only way to bomb is up. We don't think we're fairly certain that it's locked behind there. But at this point, like, we're desperate enough that we're really gonna push for this. So this is actually good. This will give us a chance at more bombs. Don't get any, but that was definitely a chance at them. Push the blocks again, just because we're super desperate. We do have solvers, which is nice. Okay, that's the last of our bombs. So yeah, we're just gonna declare this bow blocked, which is super unfortunate. It means that we're gonna have to start. It means that we're really gonna have to. Means that we're gonna have to actually work for the red ring. But we will have the red ring by the end for sure. Those are expensive potions. Those are absolutely expensive potions. But having one right next to start means that we can very easily access them at the end if we want one. Level 2 is good. Level 2 is, so the pallets in this game are randomized. And you get some absolutely beautiful pallets. And you get some pallets which are beautifully ugly. And then you get some pallets which are just ugly like this, and not beautiful. We aren't sure that we've ever seen a pallet that's quite this ugly before. The magical boomerang is, it's worse than the regular boomerang. The blue banana. We're gonna have to reload the room probably. Yeah, so unfortunately there's not going to be a good item in level 2. Ah! But we basically may as well continue with this. So the dungeon sizes, 1 is the smallest, 8 is the biggest, and as the number goes up, the size increases. It's not, there's a little more nuance to it than that, but that's approximately the way it works. Okay, so the fact that there's a key there means that that Goma cannot be guarding anything else. This is actually a hard room. Yeah. So there's not really... Oh wait, no, we didn't get sulfurs yet. We know where sulfurs are and we can easily access them later. Which is fine. We'll just get that when we're heading back that way. So the only things that we can still get from level 2 are a heart container. And a piece of... and a Triforce. And we don't need the Triforce until the end of the game. So there's just no point in really... We don't need the Triforce until the end of the game, and so there's no point in making our life harder trying to dig that out before we have to. Where are we? Okay, we see where we are now. Yep, we have an answer. Hopefully. We really do need more bombs. So we just remembered, there are very, very cheap bombs at vanilla level 1, which is a couple screens off to start. So we're just gonna go and buy bombs. No, there's a setting that you can do for that, but honestly that's just kind of... We accidentally did that once and it's honestly pretty miserable. Cause then it really does, then the game just turns into hunt for all the bombs you can find. That's a level 9. That's actually a really good find. We're gonna dip in here again just to stare at this palette. This is a palette which is beautifully ugly. That third time going in was definitely an accident. Yeah, we don't think so. We haven't really played with it that much, so it's possible that there is something like that we just don't know about. So with this many bombs, we think we're actually going to head back to where level 8 is. Yeah, we do have the power bracelet, so that says one spot that we can check along the way that we couldn't before. Yeah, like the randomized dungeon layouts are absolutely amazing. And we'll never get over just how amazing it is. And we aren't sure that we're ever gonna find another game. Oh, there's a 4th Any Road. Vanilla Any Road. Okay. Screen wraps are much easier to do in this direction, so the reason why level 8 is what we're hunting out is because level 8 is a really big dungeon, but it also has 2 items. We have not been writing down why we've been exiting dungeons, which could definitely come back and bite us later. But hopefully we'll just be able to keep it all in our head. So unfortunately, one item could definitely be right down there. Oh, we were key blocked last time, that's why he stopped. Key and bomb blocked. We're just not gonna fight this room. The best thing that we could get would be a heart container, or the piece of Triforce. We should not have used that key right there. least we got the key back. Okay. Wallmasters? Is this just an empty room? Yeah, this is legit just an empty room. So when we're using bombs, we're trying to bomb towards the center. We just remember that we can get a map or compass, so... when the bubbles tap you, you can't use your sword for a while. If we had arrows, we could just one-hit kill these bunnies with arrows. Is that bunny just perma stuck? No, it isn't. Maybe it is? But these bunnies do a lot of damage and have a lot of health, so we're taking this super safe. A compass would be okay. A map is really what we're looking for. That was not a compass or a map, but we'll take it. Please don't kill us, Gleok. Okay. This could be it. This could be the bow. This could be the bow. This could be the bow. Bow? Not even a dungeon item. So we're gonna take out all these keys, just because there could be a key drop here. What is that? Oh, bombs. We definitely want those. It was hard to see the drop under the trap. Okay, so this is not going to be a hard room at all. These have 9 HP. It's going to be a long room, but it's not going to be a hard room. Fortunately, we got Ethan there, but we got a key for our trouble. The good thing is that likes will just eat you, and then that's it. Found a bomb hole. And hopefully we don't die. Don't die. We're gonna be astonished if we make it through here. Yeah, that is not easy at all. That could have been the bow, though. So we're gonna keep wandering. Actually, we believe that the way forward was above Goma. So we're gonna try and block up here. There, that was a way through without getting hit. You put yourself on the right tile, and then you on the half tile, and then you do a 1-frame tap perpendicular, or you have a little bit more leeway if you swing your sword as well. And that was just a way to get through that without getting hit. Incredibly useful when stuff like that happens. Oh no, this room respawned. So given how long this room takes, it might just be time to ditch level 8 and try somewhere else. Which would be super, super unfortunate. Actually, we aren't sure. So we know where the red ring is. So that's locked behind the bow. The other combat helping item that we can find would be the white sword, which would double our sword damage. Oh, right, we were trying to get past this. So there's no way to block equip past this, unfortunately. Which means that we're gonna have to walk the long way there. So how much of this have we actually explored? We've explored a decent amount. 7 and 8 both fit on an 8x8 grid, so... That puts some limits on how big the dungeon can be. So we can either try and walk past the Paul's voice again, or we can just try and... Or you could go a different way. And we think right now a different way sounds very appealing. Yeah, a different way, especially because we don't want to have to fight those like-likes again. We're just gonna burn a key here and see what we can find. Getting that key back is very good. We're not key starved at all, but having more keys is always good. Yeah, so we're actually just gonna ditch level 8 for now. We can come back later when we're better equipped. There are 2 items there, but we also have not found level 1. There's 2 items in level 1. So we're gonna attempt to check a vanilla level 8. Or no, sorry, vanilla level 5. Go up at the mountain ahead. And after that we're gonna attempt to check at the waterfall. And we fully expect to die at the waterfall because there's blue dark nuts in a very, very tiny, very, very narrow passageway there. But we will be able to get this check. If we get lucky, maybe we can get them both out of the way. Okay, so the enemy, if we leave with 5 enemies, one of them at random will not be there next time. So what we can do is we can kill the enemies one by one, and hope that none of them have priority for respawning. Or we can just let the darkness walk out of the way, and then just walk into the cave. So we think it's time to finish off close to start, and then check the deadwoods. We'd really like to try and fight those for some bombs, but it's not worth with the blue dark nuts around. Did we die on the way into here? Oh no. Okay, never mind. There's one more screen over for the last one that we haven't checked off over here. No? We must have mismarked the map then. So we're actually going to mark that off as a big shield. Normally we wouldn't, but... Normally we wouldn't, but in this seed... we know where the red ring is. Which doesn't mean that it's not possible for the bow to be in level 9, which would be a huge pain. So we are starting to run out of locations that we can check. Okay, that heart is actually very good. Stop at the fairy fountain. So there's 2 burn bushes, there's 3 burn bushes, and then 3 burn bushes and a bomb block, and then we can go head over to Death Mountain. Level 1. This is a beautiful color palette. So level 1 is super important because there's 2 items in level 1. There's a floor item. There's a floor item as well as there's a floor item as well as an item underground. Level 1 is a very small dungeon with 2 items, which means that we get 2 chances of the bow here, which is going to be super, super important. Dodongo dwells by a lake. Dodongo is 2. And we already found that. Oh no! Oh no, that is not good. That is not... we cannot fight that Gleeok right now. Like, even being able to fight this room is super sketch. So we're just gonna run past here. Ah! Okay, so we know that that is just a key. There's absolute... This dungeon has absolutely ridiculous combat. So unfortunately, we think we're gonna have to just mark this level 1 as combat blocked. Which means that both items are gonna be off limits. So at this rate, we might actually end up having to buy the blue ring, just because so much of this is combat blocked for us. Okay, no, we're not going to try to fight those blue darkness anymore. So we only have 1 bomb here, and this is a bomb hole that we mess up quite often. So we're going to stare at the map and very, very carefully place it. We think it's here. We're super happy that we hit that. That's one that we could have very, very easily missed. So coming up, we're gonna check a burn bush, and then we're gonna do a screen scroll to skip the Lost Woods entirely. Normally you have to go northwest, southwest, which is rather time consuming. And you'll see the skip after this dungeon. Dig Doctor gazes at the grave. So now we're kind of staring at the map trying to figure out how many dungeons we haven't found yet. And it's possible that 5 is the only one that we haven't found now. So we found 6, 7, 8. No. Please no! Okay, that was super lucky that we got past that. That room is about as difficult as it gets combat-wise. The blue mold orms are not easy at all. Oh, yes! Yes. That is a wand. This is going to be our primary weapon. Oh no! We got the book earlier. So not only does this shoot ranged projectiles, it also, at melee range, deals twice as much damage as our existing sword. So this is actually really bad that we got the book now. Clock, please. Oh, okay, so we can still hurt ourselves. We are not used to using the book at all like this, so we just found out that we can still hurt ourselves with a clock. So we're gonna have to be super careful with this. And really, at this point, we just hope that we get the white sword. We do have a map of this dungeon, which is going to make this dungeon go much faster. It's possible that it's possible that the Lanmalas are guarding the Triforce, which would be super unfortunate. Getting the heart is really good. The 6th heart is actually important because it's possible that we might need that to get the silver arrows. So we were trying to avoid burning a key here, but it's either bomb blocked or that's not an option. If we had a bomb, we definitely would have used it there. Oh no. Okay. That's us repeatedly hitting ourselves with fire. Without the book, the wand would not leave fire like that, which makes it an incredibly good weapon. If our money situation gets better, we might actually end up buying the blue ring. So the only thing that we're missing from 4 is the Triforce. We're super happy that we got past that manhandla. That was not a gentle room at all. So we could burn a key. So we could burn a key there, but we'd rather keep the key and keep going. So here we're gonna skip the Lost Woods right here. Actually, there's a Dark Knight here. We're gonna. This is our chance at getting more bombs. Not more bombs, but worth the attempt. So we got the screen scroll there, but then unfortunately went too far. We almost want to blame this somewhat on our controller. We play an emulator, so we're currently using a PS4 controller because we left our iBuffalo in Rochester. And if all goes well, we'll get that back at TDQ. It's faster to enter the grave there from below, but entering it from below requires more inputs to make sure that you don't get hit. Whereas it's super safe to just enter it from above. You can just hold down. Roar high sixfold. How is? Hope you had a wonderful sleep or whatever. So spawn positions of enemies are approximately random, so by resetting the screen, we can reset the spawn positions. You had a good sleep? Ah! So we're trying to kill those for more bombs. Wait, we did check vanilla level 6, right? Yeah, we did, because we remember resetting the room. Oh no! So actually, because of our spawn position, that's not a terrible place. That's not a terrible death. We can just buy 8 bombs and then continue. Or we can even get a bomb drop to save us 9 rupees. So if we're looking at our map right, we believe that level 5 is the only level that we haven't found yet. Oh, we have the ladder. And the hint was 5 is by the grave, so we're actually going to turn on the area on them. Okay, so yeah, there's 2 more caves where 5 could be. So we actually probably do want to finish up the last few open caves, because we're fairly certain that there's a couple we're missing a couple of overworld heart containers. Actually, yeah, we think we're missing like 2 overworld heart containers. Oh no, we misremembered. And there's not that many locations where those could be. Please be the bow, please be the bow, please be the bow. Not the bow. We'd also take a white sword. Unfortunately, with the book, these fires are annoying to deal with. Which way do we go? Which way do we go? Towards the center of the dungeon, always. towards the center of the map. This is a lot of key doors everywhere. That bomb drop is good. Honestly, we'd like some help from the Zols. Goma creeps by a lake. Oh, no, that was a bad key. So we didn't. Never mind. We might. Game, please. So the other entirely reasonable option is just not try and get those extra couple heart containers, because we're not sure that we're actually going to be wanting or needing the magical sword in this run. Like, we're definitely getting the red ring. So to try to preserve a key, we're going to try and bomb into there from the other side. It probably won't work, but it... Okay, so much for saving a key. So, in this room, we can save a key by ladder clipping across. This works the same way as the screen scrolls. And unfortunately, we aren't super familiar with what the right pixel is. Ladder clipping from this side is not something that you usually have to do. At this point, we're just gonna burn the key and grab it. So it's gonna be a Triforce from 5, putting us to 3 out of 8. And super unfortunately, the red ring is bow blocked. So the only thing is, so things we can spend our rupees on are... Well, there's some hints that we can spend our rupees on somewhere. See, did we actually get to the room above us? Yes, we did. And if we remember correctly, we died in a room that actually could... Ah yes, we died in a room with Lanmolas. So that was very much so a room which could have had progression in it. And it was a room that looked like it could have had a ladder down, which could have just been the item right there. If we didn't have the book, this would be much easier. And then we can just shoot things and not have to worry about not running into the fire. Okay, so the Lanmolas were here, and this is a room that could have a push block. Sweet merciful fairy. Item bow 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 bow? Not the bow. Super, super unfortunate. So level 1 has 2 items, which makes it super, super nice to dig out. But unfortunately, level 1 was combat blocked. There were whiz robes and Paul's voices everywhere. And we just noped out of there. So the bubbles do not affect our ability to use the wand. So that's another way that the wand helps with combat. Unfortunately, the Pole's voices do not take damage from the wand shots, but they do take damage from the wand body. So we have to hit these in melee range. But the wand does do twice as much damage as the wooden sword, which will make things much easier. That's a map. Yeah, honestly, that key burn was highly questionable. It only led to 2 rooms, and there's a massive set of rooms everywhere else that we can check out. We're actually going to take the stairs in the Landmola's room, because there's a segment that we can see on the right side. And now that we have the map, we know that it's a very tiny segment. And then once we get there, we can probably just check it off for good. Super unfortunate that, so we only have 3 keys left. We don't really want to burn one right there, especially knowing how key hungry this dungeon is. The bubbles do not actually do any damage, so getting pooped by them repeatedly is fine. And we guess that we're still killing things because we could get a piece of heart. Or we could get a heart container from them. There's a floor drop somewhere of a heart container. At this point, we're basically at the point where we need to start burning keys for individual rooms. Which might be a very questionable decision, but we're just gonna do it and see what we can find. How do we get further down south? We have a ton of bombs, so you may as well check that out. How do you get down there? So there's a meme that Zelda 1 is bomb every rock, burn every bush. In Z1 Randos, it actually is just bomb every. It actually is bomb every. Sometimes it actually is bomb everywhere, which is actually cool. Like, there's a sense of exploration that you don't really get in any other rando. Normally in a rando, you already know how to do all the dungeons. In Super Metroid or Zelda 3, you already know how to do all the dungeons by the time you're playing. And so it's just a matter of executing the rooms that you already know. Whereas here, there's true exploration. And this is the only rando that we know of which gives a sense of true exploration. Bow, 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 please bow. Please be the bow, please be the bow. Not the bow. Okay, that's the heart container. One of the other changes of the randomizer is that select will hit swap items, and vanilla select just pauses the game. It does nothing else. But they made select, see, this is level 5 that we have the heart container from. Definitely something we want to mark. This dungeon is incredibly key hungry. And we're bombing everywhere trying to route around that. Like at this point we're just gonna kill stuff just in case, just to see if we can get more keys. Because like every key drop like that is absolutely worthwhile. We still have not found the item and we're getting very close to having fully explored 5. We're gonna hope that this takes us beyond the keys, so we don't have to worry about it. Oh! Okay, that was where we started from. So let's see. This is open on the map, suggesting that we haven't explored this way yet. Okay, so it's a very good thing that there's a key there, and that there's no block in the center row, which means that it can't be a push block. Because that would not have been a fun room to deal with if that had been a push block. What? How is that not the bow? Or how is that not the item? This is one of the most segmented level 5s you've ever seen. Level 5 is not that big of a dungeon, so it's absolutely surprising that this is this segmented. But what this does do is it gets us to the other side of those awful key doors. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're gonna up A. We are not willing to pay the whatever that guy is called. But we can just go around and get back there. So we really don't think that we've gotten the item for level 5. But it's possible that we mismarked something. Because we are getting very close to the end. So unfortunately, we think that at this point, with how many rupees we have, we're just gonna buy the blue ring and just use that. We were really hoping that we could just go straight to the red ring, but the bomb upgrade is only 2. We won't need potions once we have the red ring. That was a super unfortunate hit. Thankfully, Dig Dogger is basically harmless until... Okay, so where have we actually not explored? There's a room south of here that we haven't been to yet. So we think that at this point there's 3 rooms that are key blocked, each which blocks a single room behind a key, so 1 in 3 chance to go. Nope, not it. Not it, but we get another key. Yes, and the next room is the top right, and then there's a room in the segment. So here's to hoping for something good. And the sense of exploration in this is just absolutely amazing. It's not often that you get to explore and re-explore a video game so many times like this. So right now we're 1 rupee short of the red ring, or the blue ring. So we're at 7 heart containers. We could finish up. We think that there's 2 more overworld hearts that we still need to get. We're hoping for another key there. So the item in this dungeon is going to be in the very, very last room that we'd like to check. Which is incredibly, incredibly trolly of the game. But at least along the way we got enough rupees for the... We got enough rupees for the blue ring. The bomb upgrade is only +2, so that's definitely not important. Very much so marathon luck. We think we set a 2-hour estimate, and we'll see how well we manage to come under estimate there. So these little Zols cannot drop anything. Please be the bow, please be the bow, please be the bow, please be the bow. This is an item which does absolutely nothing for us. Absolutely nothing. Okay, so we think that we're just gonna clear out Death Mountain. So it was a low probability that we'd find the bow anyway. 1 in however many items we haven't found yet. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so it's like a 1 in 9 chance, so... Doesn't mean we couldn't hope for it. So we are 1 bomb short of being able to fully explore this area? Or maybe more than 1 bomb. So we're really hoping for another bomb along the way. Oh no, we're 2 bombs short. We really do not want to have to come back here because this is way out of the way. Do we want to buy hints? No, we'd much rather have the blue ring. We're a bit disappointed that we didn't get any of the 2 remaining overworld hearts from coming way out here. So we're just gonna go and buy the blue ring. And that'll reduce damage by half, which will make everything go so much easier. So where do we need to go now? We think we may as well just pick up Solvers while we're around here, since we're not coming back to this area. Silver is on the white sword item is 4 to 6 heart containers, and we have 6, so we're guaranteed to be able to pick it up. So where do we want to go now? We honestly think we're just... We could either attempt... We're gonna try the Gleeok by level 1. We deal twice as much damage, and have twice as much health as last time. A little bit more than that. So we think we can take the Gleeok in level 1. And we believe that once we kill the Gleeok once, it will not respawn. So it'll give us a super awesome position to start. That'll put us in a place where we can do the rest of the level. And there's a fairy fountain right next to it, which will let us heal. There's a fairy fountain right next to it, which will let us heal after every attempt. So, and level 1 has two items in it, and a super small dungeon. So we think that this is the play that we go for. There were some hints that we could have bought, which could have told us where the bow is. Which potentially could have been worth more than the red ring, but we didn't want to burn all of our money on it. We think that Gleeok should be entirely reasonable with this equipment. Oh, this is only a 3-hit Gleeok. So this is gonna be 5 hits for the first one, and then three hits for all remaining heads. 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 2. Well, we got a map for our trouble. So we got a map for our trouble? And we know that won't respawn. So there's the whistle. That is not progression. But it does, So these are in the bomb dropping group, so bombs please. There's the bow. There is a bow. That is a vanilla bow. So yeah, now we're super glad that we bought the red ring. Or we bought the blue ring, because the blue ring would have been all but necessary for that to get to there. An extra heart container is always good. So from there we can now we have everything we need to get the red ring, which will unlock and we've even got a compass for our trouble, which tells us exactly where the last piece of Triforce is. And it's lying right there on the ground. So it's nice that we got to full health. But the red ring is right next to start, so we're just gonna up A, which loses us some health. We don't remember the way through here, but we don't remember it being very difficult either. Isn't this delightfully ugly color palette? The color palettes have been incredibly trolly this seed. Okay, so we don't remember if this actually connects through. Looks like it does. It was in the top right corner where, oh, there's the Goma. So this should be two hits with the silver arrows. So rupees are arrows, which means that we only get 2 more shots, otherwise we're gonna have to farm for rupees. So we're really glad that we got that kill. And that Goma should just stay dead. And that is 5 arrows lying on the ground, so we're just gonna pick that up. Our arrow count is really low right now. So we know that the Triforce is to the right, so that means that it's highly unlikely that the red ring will be there too, but it could be. Actually, no, we want to bomb that wall because we want to save the key if we possibly can. No luck, so in order to get those 2 tiles on the left, we're actually gonna have to burn a key. But we know that the Triforce isn't there, so that means that as long as the red ring isn't there, we'll be good. So... The red ring cannot be there. So we already found the piece of heart from here, which means the only thing that we're still looking for, and we know where the Triforce is, which means that the only thing that we're looking for from here still is a red ring, and that has to be in something that goes down. Sweet merciful lag. And the fires are just making the lag worse. And we are fighting everything, hoping for keys or anything really. Let's see, so yeah, we fully explored the bottom half. So there's 3 rooms that we haven't been to. We're gonna head to the one that doesn't require. So we're gonna stand way off in the corner of the room so we don't actually pick up the Triforce on the way in. That is known in the community as being Y-forced. When you still want to explore more of the dungeon, but then you accidentally pick up a Triforce as it spawns. So that means that there is going to be key blocked. This has been a super greedy seed key-wise, but there's also been a lot of key drops, so it hasn't been terrible. One of these 2 rooms is guaranteed to hold the red ring. And this is key blocked again, so we're really glad that we have enough keys. This is the red ring right here. This is the second dungeon where the item has been in the very last spot that we left. And we are going to count this as go mode. We are going to count this as go mode. So let's see, which levels do we still have to do? The white sword or the magical sword would be okay. Would be helpful at this point for the extra damage, but those absolutely are not necessary. So we have 4 more pieces of Triforce. Level 8 is a giant dungeon. Level 2 should be fairly straightforward. So with the red ring, it's absolutely possible to wander around basically any enemy type. Like, without the red ring, those shots do 4 damage each. So without the red ring, that would just killed us. Actually, we think we already cleared out we killed this room before, so we're just gonna continue. Getting the item in the very last slot in both 5 and 6 is truly marathon luck. Okay, right, we haven't been over here, but we also just ditched this dungeon as soon as we found the item. Because at that point we knew that oh, we did not realize that there was a Wizrobe in here. We just tanked a Wizrobe to the face. Hit shot to the face. That, along with Ganon hubs, are the 2 most damaging things in the game. So we're gonna reset the room and hope that the Wizrobe spawns as something else. That is something you can do in randomizers. It works the same way in vanilla. Only they typically set the lower tier enemies respawn first. So it's not as useful in vanilla. Alright, we were trying to clear. We remember. We were trying to clear this room when we died last time. And we're just gonna. This is the point where we just start burning keys. Okay, so at this point we are one heart container away from being able to have a 20% chance at the magical key. And then another 20% chance at each heart container up until we have 14. So these blue Gorias are in the health dropping group, which is why we're getting so many of them. That compass is incredibly useful, because otherwise we would just gone and burned the key there, rather than finding the spawn hole. So it's laggy to start with, and then we're gonna make fires, which make it even laggier. If this were a tournament race, or it might have been better to use silvers there. Okay, so now we have 4, 5, and 6. No, 4, 6, and 8. Wait, did we really ditch 6 without the Triforce? Or is that mismarked? We walked out of 6 without the Triforce. Okay, so we're already here, so it's closer to get to 4. Yeah, we just made straight up made a mistake and left 6 without the Triforce. So there's 5 items left that we can find in the game. One of which is the white sword, which is the upgrade that we're still looking for. The raft would do nothing for us because we're not doing any more overworld checks. Which items are still left? Oh, the raft, the magical key, the white sword. There's a heart container as one of the items. Because that's get randomized in. We must have just left 4 as soon as we found the item. Okay, so we haven't been that way yet. We're so happy that the main category for Zelda 1 includes no up A, so it looks like playing the game rather than just warping, grabbing the item you want, and then warping back to the start of the dungeon repeatedly. So unfortunately, we're going to be at no keys after this. Oh, that just opens the door back. We're kind of curious to see what the drop would be. Now that we have arrows, these are so much easier to kill. They're just one shot with arrows. Even normal arrows will just one shot them. So we did 7 without the item. So there's a heart container, raft, white sword, magical key, and something else. What is the last item? We're gonna take the long way around so we can check the power bracelet spot here. Oh, and so we can get healed. Not strictly necessary, but it'll make everything much easier and less risky.
Yeah, no, that's one of the.
Just to make it quick, I've got a date with Impa. Impa is a woman who gives you the white sword in the vanilla. So the magical sword is down by the coast. We're definitely gonna make a play down there before level 9. At this point, it's not strictly necessary. At this point, it's definitely not strictly necessary, but we do want it. But we're not going to say no to it. And with a wooden sword, like with the red ring, we'll definitely be able to survive level 9. And the wand, but having the 20% of the magical sword would just make level 9 super easy and comfortable rather than surviving it. If we get the white sword, we probably won't even make the play. There are 5 items that we have not found, and we're just going to be diving for. At this point, we're just going to be looking for all of them. Well, level 7 we're not gonna go back in for the item. But 8 and 9 each hold 2 items. And one could be right here. This could be the white sword that we're looking for. So we also have not found the heart container here. So it's possible to walk out of here with +2 heart containers. Nope, nothing. Sad face. Yes, we are in go mode. We are absolutely in go mode. But if we like checking for items does not take very. If there's an item on the way, it does not take very long to check. And we have a 20% chance of just straight up finding a weapon, which will double our damage. And we're not gonna pass that up at this point. Oh, add go mode as emote, yes. We're fairly certain that that's what they meant. But we're also not them. Okay. We have no memory of what level 8 was like, but it's big and we need to dig. Oh right, we gave up because we died past this room, which took forever when we had That's really interesting. It looks like this might be causing sprite flickering. Having to draw the fire and the likes at the same time. We do not really want to kill a 4-headed Gleeok for the chance at the map or compass. Oh, right. We were trying to get down here last time we were here. That is a map, which is wonderful. We have absolutely no idea what the sprite limit is. Okay, so one of the games that you get to play, mini games you get to play with Zelda 1 dungeons is name that ink lot. And you can do that for each dungeon. And this is the last one with an actual ink lot. So chat, we need your help. What is this ink lot? We actually may be key blocked. It's a bicycle. Oh no, that's not good. We're key blocked. We're just straight up key blocked. We don't know what to do now. Well, we know what to do. Oh wait, no. We want to go left 3 times. We want to go left 3 times now. No. Actually, level 3 is smaller. We want to explore we're gonna need to go back into a dungeon that we've already done. Is this gonna take us to level 4? Did we go too far? Yeah, this is level 4. Oh, cool. So, level 1 is actually really close. So we're just gonna be wandering dungeons for keys at this point. Level 3 is a dungeon that we have not explored much of. We can still get a heart container from, which is why we chose that. Level 7 is the other one with a heart container. Okay, these patchers are incredibly difficult. With normal equipment. So the Patra heads right there, they're just kind of swirling around. In 2-player 1 controller, those are astonishingly difficult to kill. Like, you'd think that a little head that's just slowly moving around would be very easy to kill, but it's actually incredibly, incredibly difficult. So we need a key, and we're also hoping for another heart container. And a heart container is just going to be an item sitting around the ground. And you get keys and heart containers both by just killing things, so... We'll definitely take a map, that'll make things simpler. But that's really, really annoying that we're key blocked. And hopefully we actually get a game, please! So at this point, I guess we're going to level 7. That's the best idea that we have to get more keys. We don't have enough rupees to get it from a shop, and we had to burn so many keys in dungeons. Like, being key blocked at this stage is really, really just marathon luck. How do we get from 3 to 7 directly? Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, yeah, so we haven't explored 7 at all. We haven't gotten the item, we haven't gotten the heart container. This is absolutely the dungeon place to go. So yeah, this is absolutely, absolutely marathon luck. That the red ring, that like we've two dungeon items, we had to fully explore 2 dungeons for that. And now we're key blocked because we had to fully explore 2 dungeons for that. Level 7, we just ran into the first room and grabbed the Tringle, and that was that. And this is super, super unlucky that the bomb hole is in the last place that we're trying. Oh yeah, that multi-troid seed was amazing. We were laughing when we were testing the first seed for you. We were just laughing at when we found Vario super early, and then we found Gravity basically right after. The compass, that was exactly what we wanted, game. Okay, so there's a 1 in 5 chance that this is that this dungeon will have the magical key. We want to fully explore this area first, before going into there. Which may not be strictly necessary. Might not even be a good move, but we want to fully explore it. There are a lot of Gomas. we aren't sure that we've ever actually been key blocked this late into a seed. The magical key will give us an unlimited amount of keys. And we aren't. Thank you for the luck, Garby. Okay, yeah. I guess that guarantees that we're just heading straight back to 8. We have no idea where this is going to take us, but we're trying to get to 3. That took us to 4. Okay. So we really did not want to give up max bombs there, so guess we're just gonna take 1 key and then try level 8 again. This seed is turning out to be a complete mess. We just had we had 2 dungeons in a row, level 5 and 6, which are not small dungeons, where the very last room we checked had the item. We're trying to get some bombs before we go. So yeah, there's 2 dungeons in a row where the very last room that we checked was, and now because of that, and we had to, those are very, very key heavy dungeons, and now because of that, we're key blocked. This would have been a really, really interesting seed to race. Just because of, like, the decision that you made could have made such a huge difference in it. Okay, so now that we have 1 key, we get 1 attempt at making it through. There are 5 items remaining. One of which is a magical key, one of which is a white sword, one of which is a raft, one of which is a heart, and the last one we aren't sure what it is. And so heart key, raft would not be helpful. Heart container, so the raft would not be helpful. Heart container would be helpful. White sword and magical key would both be immensely helpful. And we don't know off the top of our head what the last item is. This seed was also trolly because we're gonna click through and see what the last item is. Oh, the red candle. The red candle. So there's 2 incredibly useful items that we'd be willing to put in a lot of work to get. One somewhat useful items and 2 not useful items at all. And that is one of the incredibly useful items. The white sword. This will double our damage with our sword. We will no longer need to rely on the wand for close range combat. Normally the wand is just like the white sword, only just straight up better. But in this case we have the book, so it's not. And that is a Tringle. Okay, so we have a 20% chance at the magical sword. Actually, no, we don't. With a white sword, we're not even gonna make a play for that. Unfortunately, in our last pass through here, we just straight up forgot to pick up we just up-A'd before picking up the Triforce, so that's gonna cost us a minute or so. as we wander back through the dungeon to there. We can just face tank everything along the way because we're gonna get healed to full when we pick it up. So this does mean that we're gonna be entering level 9. We're gonna be entering level 9 with just... Wait, is this the right way? No, this isn't the right way. So we're gonna be entering level 9 with no keys. And a 50% chance of finding the magical key in level 9. So that's actually a bit terrifying, because keys are pretty important. If we had not found the right sword, we absolutely would have made a play for the magical sword. These dungeons were so key hungry. So this is where we switch our tracker just to the map of level 9. So later versions of this do have more randomization, but the settings that we're playing. Oh, this is another delightfully ugly palette. So we're wandering here for two things. One, we want to find the beast. Two, we want to find Zelda. Or the kidnapped. In this case, Zelda. In this case, Zelda is not the. In this case, the kidnapped is going to be Link. So this is staircase number 1. We're gonna mark this as a key block. How do we mark it as a key block? Actually, a map compass might be moderately useful, but okay, so one leads straight to here. And this is another staircase down, which we were trying to think whether we wanted to take it, but we don't really have a choice, do we? Wall masters, please. So, to find the beast, when you're one tile away from it, north, south, west, or east, you will hear the roar. So that is how you know that you are there. The way that you find the kidnapped room is there will be a door that does not open when you kill all the enemies in the room. That is going to be our guidance, our guiding thing that guides us. Luckily we have the red ring, so that's not a problem. Staircase 2. Level 9 has a lot of find that bomb hole. See, where are we on the map? Right here. We are taking a bit of extra time to mark everything, because we're going to super regret it if we don't. Yeah, this is the far right corner of the map. Yeah, Z Helper is absolutely amazing. It's super, super, super nice. Okay, yeah. So right, we forgot we do actually have to fight everything in every room. Well, not everything, but we have to fight. We have to fight any rooms which are reasonable. Because we need more keys. We just straight up need more keys. Like, finding 2 key drops right now is really, really, really good. And it's going to significantly reduce the chance that anything terrible happens to us. So, we used all our bombs quickly before the other bombs despawned. Because we had just gotten a bomb drop. We can also find a map or compass. The compass will tell us where the kidnapped is. The map will reveal the ink blot, which for level 9 is always Swiss cheese. This has honestly been a super, super gentle level 9. Actually, we're gonna use the bomb slots to indicate the keys. So we believe that we're at the top of the map now. No, this is not the top of the map. So... Yep, this is just a completely isolated segment. So we're gonna head this way. Beast is southwest. That is always very, very good information to have. So Jam Eveler is one of the people who plays in many of the Z1 tournaments. Does tracking with Z Helper, but then level 9 he does on a whiteboard. He has a whiteboard set up with an 8x8 grid of rooms, and then just tracks on the whiteboard. So normally we wouldn't want to just dive straight down there, but we know that the beast is in the southwest, so we're better off trying to get down to the southwest and explore down there. And this takes us straight to the southwest. Oh, we think that's where we are. It's possible that we're off by 1. So we are still basically trying every door down. There's some bombs lying there, so we're just gonna try every bomb hole and then pick them up afterwards. We are gonna dig down here just because it could be the magical key. We do not actually want to go down there because we know that okay, so we heard the beast. So the beast is So the beast is either going to be directly left or right of here. So 50-50 that this is it. And this is it. This is it. Oh, what a trolley room layout for this to be in. Oh no. We just took some, like, direct hits. So this is going to be 8 hits with this sword. This should do it. Got him. Okay, so now we have to just find. We're searching for the kidnapped room, and that's the last thing which remains to be done. So we're just gonna head back to start, heal, take a small heal, and just head back to where there's a bunch of rooms. And now we're on a quest to rescue Link. There. That fairy guarantees that we win. So, that room is incredibly difficult, and now imagine trying that room, only you're taking 4 times as much damage, and you're doing half damage. So, given how hard the room before this was, we're just gonna clear out, check the bomb holes just to make sure, so we never have to kill those wizards again. Killing those for some extra bombs. So there's also a hint somewhere. There's a hint somewhere which says which will say which quadrant the kidnapped is in. Oh, okay, so we're off by 1 here, so we're gonna fix that on our map. Okay. So now we want to bomb both of these just to eliminate this area somewhere where we need to go. And we found a passage. This color palette. Okay, this is probably going to be stair 6. This was an incredibly trolly seed. And part of the trolliness was that it told us that the red ring was in level 6. So we dove level 6 as hard as we could. And then it turned out that the red ring was actually in 6 but bow blocked. And the red ring is in the very last base location that we checked in 6. So a huge mess of a seed. It's always better to wander towards the center of the map, but in this case we may as well just check off this area and confirm that there's nothing interesting here. Nothing. And it's not worth trying to bomb down there. We've been really lucky that there's been a ton of bombs in level 9. A ton of bomb dropping enemies in level 9. Okay, at this point the main drop that we could get would be the compass, which would tell us exactly where we need to go. But unfortunately that's not really worth the time of killing. Silver lies the beast lies elsewhere. Unfortunately that's knowledge that we already had. There's 3 hints, one about whether the silver arrows are 9 or not. Whether or not the silver arrows are 9. Okay, so a very Zelda thing. You shoot a fairy in the head and you get healed. So that door's, we know that Zelda cannot be behind a door that is already closed like this. We actually aren't sure whether it's better to explore up or down first. We may want to just knock the top half of the map out. See if we can get the blue race robe to spawn as something much weaker. And it worked. At this point we can just freely shoot silvers. With a room this easy, we may as well kill it to see if we can get the compass. We aren't sure that burning a key there was a good idea at all. But we really wanted to eliminate that area as somewhere where anything interesting could be. That key door leads nowhere interesting. We just want to check what the item is at this point. That's another not an item. Okay, where are we now? Okay, this is stair 5 again. Actually, we aren't even sure that it is faster to go back there. They're about the same distance, both very long and windy. So after all that, we're having to explore most of level 9 to find Link, to rescue Link. Which is incredibly trolly as well. Because we're getting really, really close to the end here. And just nothing. There's a big area in the center, and then after that there's not much else. And more than just directly not finding it. Okay, that is a mess. This takes us to an area where we've already been. Staircase 2. And now we just try and bomb our way into that side of the map. That was very lucky that we found the bomb hole. In the southwest of the skull. Okay. Okay, that guarantees that... Okay, so we are completely on the right path right now. This is it. Right here is Link. And dot done. That was an immensely trolly seed. So at the end, the way that we knew that that was it was because of the rupee bots. Normally you have to pick up all the rupees before the door will open. But the fact that the door was already open meant that it was definitely the door to Link. So, GG. That was a complete mess of a seed. Level 5 and level 6, we ended up finding the item in the very last place that we checked. We dug level 6 super hard because of a hint, and it ended up being bow blocked. Level 1 ended up being combat blocked. Level 1 ended up being combat blocked. A lot of levels were combat blocked, and we got the blue ring late because of the hint. Because of the hint about where the red ring was. If we hadn't gotten the hint about where the red ring was, we would have just bought a blue ring, and the seed would have gone much faster. So, the hint about where the red ring was made this seed go significantly worse for us, which was a huge, huge, huge mess. And that was an incredibly, incredibly, incredibly trolly hint, so... Yeah, we did go over estimate, but we're glad that we finished. And also level 9, we had to explore most of the map to find that in level 9. So, yeah, that seed was a complete mess. We're gonna try giving it to some other people and see how they handle it. So, looks like we're gonna see, we think, at least on the schedule, we're the last run of the day. So, GG, and we're ready for an outro whenever you are, Scott, or also ready to also we can just cut stream whenever, if that's what you'd prefer.
I'm gonna hop in real quick. Okay, so hey everyone. Before I bother you with all my echoing, I'm just gonna cut it to the break screen so we can talk here. So that's the end of this marathon. Don't have any more for today. or for the rest of the weekend, I guess. So thanks to everyone who ran, thanks to everyone who helped restream, schedule, all that stuff. What else can I say? Future plans, don't really know yet. Nothing for the rest of the summer. We're going to be back into school and stuff in August. So that's when Speedruns Rochester as a whole will be back together. For marathons, next thing is probably going to be 12-hour challenge in August, September, whenever that might be. So expect something for that. Other than that, Extra Life is coming up in October, November, I think. So that'll probably be a thing as well for us. And for a real marathon, we're going to have probably another winter marathon like we did last year. So that'll be cool. Maybe some charity event or something again. We'll have to figure that out. But for now, that's it for us for the summer, etc., etc. We can kick it over to someone, host someone, possibly. If anyone has any suggestions for a host target, feel free. Host you, you're not streaming. Go stream real quick, and then we'll consider it. I mean, if not, we can just head off for the day and stuffs. But yeah, if you're watching and you don't follow us on Twitter, do that. It's at Speedrun Rochester. No, it's not. It's at SpeedrunRock. I always get that messed up. Speedrun ROC is our Twitter handle. And we're always going to have updates for all that stuff there. For marathons and events and submissions opening and all that stuff. So follow on Twitch. We're at 299 followers, so you can be the 300th follower. You'll get nothing for it, but you can feel special that you make it up to a round number. That's very important. If you want to subscribe, sure, I guess. You don't have to. I got nothing, so... Yeah. If you want to give us money, you can. I think we have a page on Streamlabs. That's my pitch for donating money to Speedruns Rochester, because we really don't have any use for it right now. We can always get more equipment, but, you know, you can only have so much equipment. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking, so thank you all for watching again. Thank you all for submitting, running, etc., etc. And see you soon.